All right, so here we are with the Model Y, and today we got something probably quite needed or maybe wanted, which is going to be the shade for the top roof. So we're in the garage right now. You can't really see, but there's a light up there. It's reasonably dark, but when there's direct sun, it does get kind of hot, and during the summer, it's sometimes extreme, and so we got a shade for the top roof. So the one I got is in black, and here we have the installation instructions. So it is in 2 pieces, and it just comes with clips and shouldn't be too hard to install. And obviously, you know, you can remove it, put it back on, store it away. Let's see what we have here. So there is a storage bag to store the shade, and inside the bag there's a little box with all the clips that we're going to need. And you guys can see we have a few different kind. Also in the bag we get some of these little corner shades, and that appears that it goes here in the rear quarter. If we look from the inside, looks like they just kind of stick in there. So I'm not sure if I'm going to use this, but you do have these, and this is what it kind of looks like from the outside. So if you want to, you know, shade the inside a little more, you could install these too. For me, I think I'll leave these out for now, but yeah, you guys can see it's made out of this like the stretchy material, and it's got a reflection coating there kind of. So yeah, the main thing for me here is the top, so let's go ahead and check this out. So there are 2 pieces. It is that same kind of material, so it's stretchy and also reflective and actually quite thin. You guys can see my finger can just go right there. So yeah, I mean, we're just looking to kind of eliminate the light and, you know, reflect as much as we can. So this should just unfold. It might kind of bounce because it's spring loaded, but yeah, kind of like a sunshade. And there we go. So yeah, it like expanded and pops out to a very nice clean texture. Actually, this looks really good. Then you got the reflecting part on the other side, so that's going to go up. So this is one of the pieces. Let's unfold the other one, see what it looks like. And that's what the other one looks like. So they look very similar, which they are, but if we look, there's a little emblem here that says for Model Y, R for rear, I'm guessing. And then the other one here says front. So they are different. I guess we can go ahead and start with the rear. And by the way, guys, if I go straight to the light, you can see that it does go through just a bit. So it's not completely blacked out. There's still something coming through, which is kind of nice. If it would be completely, you know, dark, it might be a little too much. But yeah, this should help a lot with the heat and the light coming in. So in the manual here, it does show us where all the clips go and how they clip on. And then we got these that kind of hold the 2 pieces together, basically between the front and the back. And then we got these here that clip also in between, but kind of towards the middle. So there's 2 of those, but mostly we got these, which will clip on the side and then go into the trim, kind of like that. So basically what we're doing, guys, is we're just taking these clips and we're kind of going into it sideways like this, inside and then up, and then we're going to slide this into the trim. So not hard at all, just, you know, like that, and then up, and then it locks it in there. All right, so it's a little hard to see, but I have the clips here, 2 on the sides. There's going to be 2 on the rear there, and then I got 2 on this side here. So I kind of like bent it and put it in there, and we still haven't went to the back, so I just gotta slide it by pulling it here. It goes pretty easy, and you can move the clips around however much you need and where you need it to hold it. But yeah, we're just gonna tuck it in there. Tuck this one. Kind of wish this tag thing wasn't here. Not looking so good, but other than that, the clips actually and the fit and finish is quite nice. Very straight overall. Looks clean. Very nice and sturdy. All right, so the one in the back is on. And here you can kind of see the whole thing. Let's do the same thing to the front one. So 2 clips on each side. But then, of course, we still have these 2. So these are going to go right here between the 2. So we're going to go in, and then we're going to slide it on it or into it like this. Basically where it splits between the 2. And we'll do the same thing on that side. And then we got these clips, and that's what's going to interlock in between in the middle. So we literally go in like this. And the other one, I'm not sure, we might have to fight with it a bit to clip it on, as it has to kind of bend into there, but see how that goes. But yeah, that's how these will go here. One more, and then that one there. So after fiddling with it for a bit, I thought I'd show you guys the important part. So before you do anything, you do have to clip these 2 together, because if you don't, there's no way to do it. So the lower this goes down, the easier it goes in, and then we'll just bring it up and it'll lock this in, and it's going to be together. And don't forget that you can obviously move them around where you need them once you get it all in. But yeah, so I'm just going to work on trying to get the sides in and also eventually the front. So yeah, it gets a little tricky, but it's coming together. All right, guys, so it's finally in and it looks really good. Everything tucked in pretty well. The clips look pretty good. They do stick out just a little bit, so you can see that they're clips, but still very decent looking for sure. The cracks are also decent. You can kind of see through here just a little bit. It doesn't go all the way, but I think part of that is just the contour of this thing is not completely flat, so it kind of waves around. And here in the back also, you guys can see there's a little crack here. I think the clips kind of contribute to that, as it can't push all the way in. But they're very tiny cracks that won't really matter in the grand scheme of things, as other than that, everything else turned out really good. And here we can kind of see from the front I'm gonna pull the car outside and we're gonna see a little better what it looks like. And also I'm gonna use it and let you guys know what it feels like compared to not having it at all. And by the way, when you do the front, you just work from one side and go to the other. And that seems to work the best. If we go straight up here to the light in the garage, you guys can kind of see it does come through, but it's very faint. Pretty excited to see what it's gonna look like outdoors. All right guys, so I took it out and I'm really impressed with this because the cabin is so much more cooler and the sun is right there. Like it's literally pure sun and that's all that comes through. It's practically nothing. And I can feel that it's warm, but it's not hot here. Like it's just barely warm. Like it's keeping the heat in between the glass and this fabric, I guess. Yeah, initial impressions are quite good and you guys can see how good it looks from practically every direction. Now, depending on where the sun is, there's light leaking on the edges a little bit here and there. But overall, nothing here in the middle that I can see. Well, I guess there is a little bit right there. Again guys, for what it is and how much it costs, it's quite incredible what it does. So I'm actually very pleased with it. If you want to get a roof sunshade for yourself, check out the links below. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.